Ashton from the P. Ridge Library, and today we're going to be learning all about germination, which is just a fancy word that means starting seeds. We're going to make our own seed starter kits. So you'll need toilet paper tubes, seeds, dirt. You don't have to have one of these fancy egg carton things. I just use it because it keeps everything together, and a marker and scissors. So let's get started. Alright friends, today we are going to be making our own little DIY planters out of toilet paper tubes. I brought seeds from my own house, dirt, and you will need scissors. And of course the directions. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of our toilet paper tubes and we're going to cut 1-inch slits in the bottom. This doesn't have to be exact. And I will say this is the hardest part of the process, is creating the little tubes that we're going to put the seeds in. So you can see here that I have 4 different flaps. And what I'm going to do is, just like a box at Christmas time, I'm going to fold all these up in on each other. You kind of have to be rough with it to make sure that we create a nice little bottom that will stand on its own. Cool. Now, I always like to make sure that my hole in the bottom is completely covered so I don't have any dirt coming out. But when you are ready to put these in the ground, you'll just poke the hole through it and put them in the ground so that the roots can go through into your bigger planter. All right, so we're gonna repeat that 5 more times. Okay, I have all of my tubes created, and they are a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Once we get dirt in them, they'll settle up a bit. I'm going to take a marker and write what seeds I'm putting in the tube. So I'm going to do 2 cilantros, 2 sage, and 2 basils. All right, and now for the fun part where you get your hands dirty. Now parents, I would suggest laying something down if you're doing this inside your home, but I am actually just going to use the paper bag that your kits come in. You're going to rip it open so you don't get dirt all over your kitchen table or whatever the heck you're using. Okay, good enough. And we're gonna fill up each of our tubes about almost to the top, not all the way though. We're gonna leave about 1 inch, I would say. And you can do this with a spoon. I'm just gonna do it with my finger because I am a gardener and I don't mind dirt under my fingers, but I understand if you don't like that. Do not pack this soil down. We want to make sure that the soil is nice and aerated for the seeds to grow. Okay. Okay. I may have to go get some more dirt, y'all. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take my seeds and put them in the tubes that I have labeled for. So here's my basils, cilantro, sage, cilantro. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm only going to take about 4 to 6 seeds, and you can put 2 to 3 in each tube. And what you'll do is, as those come up, you can pick the sprout that looks the best and the healthiest and leave it in there and take the rest of the sprouts out. Oop, I spilled some of my cilantro seeds. We never want to waste seeds. We can use these again. Here's my sage. I always love looking at seeds. It's so funny to me how small they are, but they grow food, you know? 1, 2, 3. And basil. Basil seeds are the smallest. I'm gonna put a few more basil seeds in each. Basil doesn't mind being crowded. I don't think rosemary does either. Okay, and now we're gonna gently, not pack, but gently place about another 1/2 inch of soil on top, just to make sure everything's buried. There's a few clumps of dirt in these. You may want to break that apart, just to make sure that the seeds will have an easy time coming up. Okay. And now the final step is to get a container or something, or even you can just group them together with a rubber band and place them in a sunny window. I'm gonna place my seedlings in a nice sunny window and give them just a little bit of water, just enough to make them damp, but not drown them. My soil was already a little bit damp too, so I'm not gonna give them as much. A spray bottle would work best for this, but because we don't have a spray bottle, and now we wait.